All right, what's going on, Bulls Nation? This is a very heartbreaking loss for the Bulls. I was going to win this game, but man, I'm aggravated by the refs. We're going to talk all about it right after this.
Let's talk about one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
All right, Bulls Nation. So it was a good game. The first half was excellent. Our defense was on point. Everyone was touching the ball. The ball rotation was good. It was a beautiful first half. A clinic. Even, I would say, first, few minutes of the third quarter. And then the fouls kept happening. By that, I mean, Donovan Mitchell exploded for 71, but he also had 25 trips to the line. You take out those 20 free throws that he did have. And I hate blaming it on the refs, because they're calling it both ways. They're not. They're not calling it both ways. I can see some instance where the Bulls were, driving to the hole and getting fouled and not getting calls. It was the inconsistency. And I get it. Some of this are on the players. Cavs is a good team. They defend hard. They're a good basketball team. But boy, it feels like the refs has a bet on online gaming and they needed to win this one. It feels like there's it feels like a championship on their fantasy basketball or something. But it was so inconsistent. It was so obvious. Like when Caruso crossed the line twice, yet you didn't call the lane violation on Donovan Mitchell. The rule is if you are the shooter, the ball has to hit either the rim or the board before you can cross the line. And obviously that didn't happen. If that didn't happen, sure, there's some miscues on the Bulls, right? Like and just like any other team there is. But if without those free throws, they are the big difference because they killed every momentum of the Bulls. And you can see our top guys like DeRozan and Levine, they are trying their best to go to the hole to get some calls, yet the calls were not being made. Therefore, it kind of disrupts the flow of the game for the Bulls. And the Cavs is a good defensive team. There was some incident in the third quarter when Donovan Mitchell was just mugging Patrick Williams before he even receives the ball. They're allowing the Cavs to do that kind of defense, yet with the Bulls, touch fouls and crossing the three-pointer, which we see all the time, they basically gave Mitchell that free throw. One thing, we can talk about Billy's coaching here, and there's some flaws in his coaching. We already know that. I know that. I give him props when he does. Great job. In this case, whenever we're getting out rebounded, if only we have one of the best rebounders ever to ever play the game in Drummond, maybe that can alleviate some of the pressure, right? We all know why we're getting out rebounded. It's because of the defensive scheme to protect Nikola Vucevic. Love Vooch, he made that three-pointer. But boy, on the overtime, make some freaking adjustments, man. I don't know, when a player scores 71, have you ever thought of just maybe getting the ball out of his hands? By that I mean go triple teaming him, double teaming him, making Cedi Osman or whatever his name is beat you. If you're getting out rebounded, maybe put Andre Drummond every once in a while. Maybe break your rotational pattern. For crying out loud, Caruso was not giving you anything. He even blows a layup. Thank God he fouled out. I mean, you got this guy called Ayo, and man, he stuck with DJ for the longest time in the third quarter, and that's where Mitchell kind of just exploded. I mean, it's not working, right? Like, and DJ is not providing you any offense. You might as well, trade blows for blows. Get Ayo in there. I don't know, man. Get Dragic. Break your substitution pattern. It has to be an in-game adjustment and not a cookie cutter pattern. I mean, that just annoys the heck out of me. But with that being said, it's not all on Billy. I would say it's mostly on the calls. It is so inconsistent, and not inconsistent, so lopsided to the Cavs, that it feels like the Bulls are playing 8 versus 5. And yes, the Bulls kind of faltered in the third, but I bet you it's mostly because they're deflated. In the overtime, they are deflated. They can't believe that they blew up like a 21-point lead, and they were deflated because of the fouls. Because of the fouls. Even as a player, if you play the game, getting that amount of calls, it's gonna haunt you. It is gonna it's gonna get to you. And you can see most of them are annoyed. The players are like, man, we're not getting the same fouls that these guys are getting. DeRozan's getting hammered inside. Levine, they're not getting the calls. So they were trying to force the issue. You can see them just getting to the hole, not getting the calls. But hey, it is what it is. We lost this game. It's going to be a tough road from here on out. So this should have been 2 games against the Cavs. Now they beat us 3, but really we should have beaten them twice, because that last game on the report, DeRozan was fouled. And I bet you in this report, a lane violation should have been called on Donovan Mitchell. And there's so many fouls that was called on the Cavs and not on the Bulls. My goodness, be consistent. If we're going to make it physical, if you're going to call tick-attack fouls, you got to call it on the Bulls too. But man, I know P. Will didn't box out. This could have been all avoided, but it is just maddening what happened to the Bulls. But thank you for watching, Bulls Nation. Hopefully we get some calls our way next time, and get some wins. But I am not hopeful with that. We're going to talk about some things that they could improve upon as well in the next video. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button. It really does help the channel out. And I'll be on the game on Saturday against the Jazz. So hopefully they win that game, because man, we paid a good amount for that ticket. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.